Alrighty, my journal 3, last one. Once again, I want to talk about how I've engaged in my practice. First question: in my ministry, disposition of prayer, I'm embracing who I am and my flaws, so I can see who God wants me to become after the season of growth. So this structured outline of prayer that I curated, that you can see in the Art of Prayer 101 in my other episode, is designed to re-engage or introduce others into a communication with God's Spirit. And there's so much more even past that episode that I can engage in. It could really be a whole thing. I can be looking at prayer at the Art of Prayer 110 and still having more things to talk about in regards to prayer. But I think for the Art of Prayer 101, those are some of the most basic foundational principles that we can use in order to engage in prayer as someone who is disengaged, or somebody who just haven't done it in a while, or somebody who just really just wants to embrace prayer in their life and just need guidance. Number 2, just describing my experience and the wonder. Within this practice of prayer, I am being pushed to love myself more, and that comes with exposing myself to God. I have embraced wanting to change the things that I cannot, rather than accept the things that I cannot change. It is in my new desire to set those things, to see those changes, that I'm praying to see the wonders manifest in my life that I thought that would never happen. I've grown to understand that all of my knowledge of wonders is not just something that is wished for, but it is prayed for. That kind of hits different, right? Sometimes you have to work the soil of your wonder by working the soil of your prayer life. Within that soil is the wonder, and the faith behind your prayer life will give birth to that wonder. So that sounds like Art of Prayer 106 right there. The wonders of prayer, the miracles of prayer. Prayer is an ever learning subject. So me mentioning 101, there's so much more to that. Feel free to sponsor me for a podcast series. I can paid podcast, you know what I'm talking about. Number 3, what are you learning about yourself as a ministry leader through your work with this practice? I wrote that I'm learning how to see myself again, that it is a renewed view of myself, that there are errors and mistakes I made that have caused me to not pray before. As a leader, if I cannot embrace responsibility for those things by bringing it to God in prayer, then how can I expect others to lead? How can I expect others that I lead to release it to God too? So I guess the standard starts with me. That's something that I've grown to understand, that the standard starts with me, not with nobody else, but with me. And so I've embraced that call. And then lastly, how is God, once again, the sacred presence, working in your experience of these practices? In other words, I'd like for you to think theologically about your experience in your distinctive theological voice. I have God is testing my level of commitment to Him and to my call to pray for others. It starts with me and not others. And so working on my prayer life and constructing a guide for others has built a deeper foundation. The sacred, the present, the Spirit of God is working through the access that I'm willing to give to Him through prayer. And so I believe that God is working through me by my own willingness in these practices. That prayer is not just a dialogue, but it's also a intangible back and forth with God. That if you give God this, give God access to that, He'll get something back. And it may not be tangible, but it could be something that's intangible that will help bring balance, that will help bring a firmer grip onto Him in order to build the foundation of your sense. Your spiritual, that's where it starts with prayer. Your emotional, so you can handle the emotional things of your life. Your mental, so you won't kill yourself and you won't, decide to get drunk because you can't handle life mentally. Physical, so you can embrace a better quality of life for yourself and for your health, and socially, so you can always engage with the community of God, the people of God, fellowshipping with others, being beacons of light, telling people about the wonders of God and the divine, and just being a human being on this earth. So that is how God, the present, is working through prayer in my life, and He can work in yours too. That was Journal 3.